abroad because as much as I love Notre Dame, I wanted that chance to break out of the bubble of South Bend, Indiana. And we don't go to school in a big city, and so I wanted to experience that for at least part of my college experience, and so I chose London.
I wanted to study abroad because I never had the opportunity to leave the country in my childhood. So the opportunity during school, as a student, to go to another country, see how things work over there, experience new things, was just, I thought it was paramount to my education.
I did an internship at Dulwich Picture Gallery, which is a small gallery outside of the center of London in a suburb. And I worked a lot with community outreach and education, so I got to interact with all different age groups, all different racial and social groups.
I think the most rewarding experiences, particularly with being in London and being with 130 other Notre Dame students, was just being able to form more strong relationships with a lot of people that I never knew before. And then again, forming relationships with the faculty on a very serious and strong level was absolutely something that I just will never forget.
The classes I got to take at London were amazing. I had an internship with BBDO Advertising. While I was abroad, while in London, I think one of my most rewarding experiences was my internship. I had a chance to see a totally different side of London than the typical American student studying abroad. Twice a week I was in an office of one of the top 3 advertising agencies in the world, working on some really exciting projects.
I was also afforded the opportunities to take theater courses while I was abroad. Going to a comedy club for your homework assignments or going to a play. Just a completely different experience.
So I kind of like to think of it as my Great Britain semester because all the classes I took addressed issues and culture that are specific to Great Britain, which was incredible. And there are classes that I could never have taken on campus. But the London program works really, really hard to maintain the level of expectation for the work done.
Living in London was absolutely overwhelming and exciting at the same time. It was so big, there was so much to do, there was never enough time to do it.
I loved living in London. The pace of the city is absolutely incredible. When you step outside, you immediately are kind of engulfed in the hustle and bustle and the just constant cultural stimulus.
The traveling, once you get to Europe, is so simple.
I traveled almost every weekend. I went to Oktoberfest in Munich, went to Paris, went to Rome. Fall break we did Florence, Cinque Terre, Prague, and Vienna. Barcelona was another weekend trip. One thing I would say, I really wish I'd had more time to travel within the United Kingdom. I think as part of the London program, that's something that's really special.
I would say travel as much as you can, but also enjoy staying in London and exploring London. Don't neglect that side of it because there's a lot to offer there.
I loved living in London. The flats at Cayman and Minerva are very different from your dorm room here on campus. They're great. They are in a great, wonderful part of town in the Clerkenwell neighborhood, and there's always something going on.
The program overall, I think, in terms of structure, is incredible. Not to mention the building itself is the best location you could ever have of a building. People I worked with in England were flabbergasted when I told them where the building was located in Trafalgar Square.
In the flats, the community is a little different than Notre Dame. It's still that there's definitely still a focus on living in community and living together.
You have a support system all hours of the day. You have friends right at your beck and call. You have an immediate group of people that might have similar interests. You have travel buddies. It's just, it's amazing to be able to have so many people there with you that have similar interests and like-mindedness.
Sometimes people have said that the London program is just like the Notre Dame bubble, not breaking outside of it. I actually disagree. I think that one of the reasons that I enjoyed my semester abroad so much is because I had this strong support system of other students and faculty, Notre Dame faculty behind me. And you do get a sense of the Notre Dame family, but at the same time, you are all in this foreign culture and dealing with living in a foreign culture together.
You have no idea just how much is out there. At least I didn't until you got there. And just to see what you think you're capable of when you leave in August or when you leave in January, and then to come home and to just tell the stories of what you actually were capable of and what you did and the chances you took and the experiences you had, the adventures you had, that's something that I don't think you can get from any other experience.
I know that some people say they don't want to study abroad because they don't want to miss a semester on campus because we only have 4 years here. They don't want to miss football season. And I would just say that never again in your life are you going to have the chance at this age to be immersed in a culture that you probably will never get to experience again.